Hi, it's Andrew here from Underground Training, and if you want to talk to somebody that can help you get into the industry, the phone number's at the end of the video. If someone tells you that they're a miner, there's a good chance that they're probably full of shit. And the reason that I tell you that is that there's only one area of the industry that people actually get to call themselves a miner in, and that is the handheld air leg miners. So guys that are using the handheld machines, they are the ones that get to call themselves miners. Everybody else that works on the mine site will not call themselves a miner because of these guys. So rise miners, they're very rare these days. So instead of going flat and sideways, you're going up into the backs and you're creating a hole for a rise to open up a slot for a stope. Now, these days, a lot of these rise miners have been replaced with raise bores or long hole stoping, but there are still a few people around doing this sort of work. The other sort of work that people do with this is the handheld mining in the open stope. So this guy in here, he's using an air leg in an open stope to mine the stope. And you can see that he's in a stope because of this huge ore body here running through here. And you can see the quartz running through here with all this. This looks nice and juicy, and this looks like it's going to be all full of gold in here. So these are the guys that get to call themselves miners, the air leg miners. And the reason that I say that is that nobody on one of these mine sites that actually work in the mine will call themselves a miner in deference to the handheld guys, to the air leggers. So only the handheld air leg guys will call themselves miners. Everybody else will refer to themselves as a job title. A jumbo operator will let you know that they're a jumbo operator. They won't call themselves a miner. Same with a bogger operator. They'll say that they're a bogger operator. It's always the title of what job that they're doing. That's how they describe themselves. And it's rigorously enforced. I caught up with a mate of mine who's in charge of a workshop, and he was telling me a story the other day about a young fellow, a truck driver, that had been wandering around site, just making a real pain of the ass of himself, calling himself a miner, telling everybody what a legend he was because he was a miner. And this guy had the perfect opportunity where the real miner on site, the actual rise miner, was walking through the workshop at the time to grab some rags, and he pointed out to the young fella on the truck that he was in fact a steering wheel attendant, and the guy walking past was the actual miner, and he shouldn't refer to himself as a miner anymore. He should purely refer to himself as a truck driver, or more importantly, a steering wheel attendant. And that's the sort of attitude that you're going to cop if you refer to yourself as a miner. And that's why when you come down to Perth, or you're in Queensland, or wherever you are, and you're at a barbecue and somebody tells you that they're a miner, chances are they're full of shit, because nobody will introduce themselves as a miner at one of those places. They'll say that they work on a mine. That's how they'll preempt it. And they say, well, what do you do? They won't say that they're a miner. They'll give you their job title. Nobody does it any different because everybody's rigged up to do it that way. Because if you do it the other way and you start running around calling yourself a miner, while you won't have your head taken off like you would back in the day when I first started, you will be, challenged quite hard on it. And, people will put no end of shit on you if you're not an air leg miner and you're running around telling everybody that you're a miner. It's very frustrating. Shutdown people are the worst for it. When the shutdown workers come to site, we don't say, oh, here come the miners. We say, here come the shutdown workers. Oh shit, I wonder what bullshit incident that they're going to do while they're on site. That's what normally people say that work on these sites. It is what it is when it comes to people that call themselves miners. Most of the time, they're full of shit. You can really tell the air leg miners though, because hanging on to one of these things all day, it makes you really strong. They have hands like clubs, and you don't want to fuck with them. And that's one of the reasons why, if you're running around calling yourself a miner, and you're trying to do one of these jobs, you're going to get found out really, really quick. So that's, if someone tells you that they're a miner, ask them how long they've been on the air leg for and see where they go from there. Otherwise, if they are not an air leg miner, chances are they're full of shit and they don't really know anything about the production mining side of things. They're in civil, or they're in shutdown work, or they're a security guard standing on the gate, or they're a cleaner or something like that. It's only those people that try and refer to themselves as miners. Everybody that actually works on the production mining side of things, they won't refer to themselves as a miner. They will refer to themselves as whatever job title that they have. So I hope you found that information helpful. If you want to learn how to get into the industry, check out the training. The DIY Intro to Underground Mining package, it's only $495. It teaches you everything that the employer wants you to know about hard rock underground mining so you can go and get yourself a job. If you want some help, you can get mentored through the Work Ready program where you get a shift boss like myself to help you. So we make sure that you've understood all the mining information once you've done the training. We redo your resume in-house, do interview prep with you, mock interview, and just come up with a plan of where and how you're going to get in. But there are lots of jobs all over the country, especially here in WA. There's a lot of work around. So if you want to get into the industry, check out the training at undergroundtraining.com.au, or if you want to talk to somebody that knows how the industry works, the phone number's at the end of the video.